Universe in Disenchantment. Rational immunization. The true origin of humanity. Rational energy from the rational world authorship, from rational superior. First volume, page 2. Rational part. Rational superior. Above the rational superior, superior rational. Above the superior rational, rational tribunal. Above the rational tribunal, supreme justice to everything and everyone. Above the supreme justice to everything and everyone, universal contentious. Above the universal contentious, the supreme voice of other worlds. Page 3. The knowledge of the return to the place of origin. Author, rational superior. Universe in Disenchantment, rational immunization. First volume. Where all came from and to where all are going. How all came and how all are going. The beginning and the end of the world, the salvation of everyone. Page 4. The true light of the rational animal is the light from the world of your origin, the rational light from the rational world. Page 5. We are fully in a rational apparatus phase. This is the discovery of the two worlds, the electric and magnetic one, which is the world we live in, and the other world, which is the rational plane, from where we came from, and which gave consequence to this one, for deforming ourselves into rational animals. And so, with the assiduous reading of this knowledge, one acquires the rational clairvoyance, and the living creature will see the rational plane, the place of origin of everyone. In this knowledge lays the revelation of the two worlds. The world has already gone through an infinitude of phases. We are now in the rational apparatus phase. It is the last phase of the life of matter, the phase in which everyone will be linked to your world of origin, the rational world, and from there receiving all the orientations required for one's equilibrium here in this life. The true rational phase when all get in touch and communicate with the rational superior, receiving all the orientations transmitted by the rational superior for your equilibrium here in this life. Page 6. The human being is the most monstrous parasite that exists upon the earth in view of the hideous crimes that he practices against the natural laws. The man is a vague beast without a destiny, who was born upon this earth without knowing why or what for. In this literary work, we will know the reason why. The knowledge of the return to the place of origin of everyone, the rational plane, our world of origin, from where all came and to where all are going, how all came and how all are going. The salvation of the rational animal can only be done by the world of your origin, the rational world, and nobody else. This is the discovery of the two worlds, the electric and magnetic, which we inhabit, and the rational plane, from where we came out, and which gave consequences to this one that we live in. With the assiduous reading of this knowledge, one acquires the rational clairvoyance, and the living creature will see the rational plane, the place of origin of everyone. Page 7. Attention. Here is the glorifying point of the rational animal, the rational immunization. Everyone without effort, very naturally, seeing the rational light inside one's home and being attended to inside your home. There is no need to go anywhere, because inside your home you are oriented in everything. You will receive all the orientations required for your equilibrium. As you are seeing, it is a natural knowledge, and not from science, out of someone's imagination. It is not an art, because science is an art. And yes, from up here, from another world, the rational plane. Then comes from another world, which is the rational plane, all the orientations required inside your home and wherever you are, for the equilibrium of everyone. Therefore, there is no temple, there is no synagogue, there is no house of preaching to preach the rational immunization. No. Each one inside your home will receive all the graces from your world of origin. The origin is rational, and you will receive all the required orientations inside your home from the world of your origin. You will receive all the required orientations everywhere you are. Therefore, there is no need for temples or synagogues in order for all to be oriented inside your home or wherever you are. You will receive all the required orientations from your world of origin, the rational plane, And so, it is time for the rational animals to vibrate with joy, all vibrating with joy for having encountered one's true world of origin, for encountering the right path, and for such a thing is not being expected. The emotion will be enormous, and so vibrating with joy, for the contentment is general, in a way that the rational animal will not know how to thank for such a happiness. The divine grace achieved for the definitive change to his true world of origin, the rational plane. This knowledge is not for the commerce of exploitation, but for the salvation of everyone. That means the return of all to your world of origin, the rational world. The true world of the rational animal is the rational world. An emissary of the owner of the book, the rational superior, accompanies this knowledge to do whatever is necessary for the reader. Page 9. Note: because the human being is an astrological center, that is why in time he had to come to the conclusion of finding in himself the rational immunization, and in it the spokesperson of the truth of the truths. For the nature of the living creatures is adequate to the nature which made them, for they are formed by this nature and thence they depend on it to live, being them formed by 7 particles and depending on them. Note from the responsible: this literary work is the fruit of the rational immunization. In it are exposed, in the simplest and clearest form, all the knowledge of the formation of the world and the beings which inhabit it, the enlightenment of the origin of everything, before being everything what it was, and how it got to be what it is through the degeneration and the formation of nature. It is not a knowledge extracted from the learnings of this world, but the truth of the truths dictated by the rational superior, an entity of the rational plane through his representative, Manuel Jacinto Coelho. Page 14. Warning: the life and the organization of organic beings are in such a way that organic beings make confusions with life. Life has its very clear organizations for he who knows how to live. But for he who does not know how to live, it becomes disorganized, and the organic beings reign on the fencing of life. In order for life to be well formed, well constituted, firm, equilibrated to the good living, it is necessary that the organic beings and the organizations be all parallel or adequate to the manner that life is constituted. Because life is also constituted by several organizations and several forms of the power of life. The power of life rests on that which the organizations can correspond in order to be equivalent to life. What does it worth the living creature to have life, to live, and to do not know how to live? It does not do any good. Because the more he tries to organize himself in life, the more he disorganizes himself. And disorganizing himself, the more and more suffering has been engulfing him. It is like the tide, always against the tide, in a stormy sea. And so, these tempests that prevail on the life of the living creature, that wrecked this precious life by these storms made because of not knowing how to live. And the living creature remains imagining and saying, open quotes, the more I look for the good, the more it gets distant from me. The further it gets, or maybe in the infinity, because I cannot see what I'm going to do with life. Close quotes. And the living creature remains in this bitter twilight, in this dream of a desperate sufferer, in this dream of tears, in this infernal nightmare, thinking about an infinitude of things and not knowing how to soothe one's idea. Introduction. In this literary work are all the teachings of the beginning and the end of the world, dictated by the rational superior to administrate the rational learnings. What are these rational learnings based on? They are based on the true personality. In rational learnings are all the bases of one supreme being to everything and to everyone. In order to make known to all where you have come from, how you have come, to where you are going, and how you are going. Is it Spiritism? No. Spiritism is this enigma that all dreams they possess, but have never proved nor will ever be able to prove it. That is why it is Spiritism, thing or cause on experience. And where there are experiences, there are enigmas. Therefore, Spiritism is enigmatic, and the rational has no enigma. Rationally, all enigmas are clearly lapidated and solidly solved. Spiritism means experimenting on experience, smart, pricking, exploitation, always with two intentions, good and bad. An explanation that does not account for the profound being of matter. Remaining in experience always, without a solution, because of conserving all the mysteries, all the enigmas, and all the enchantment. Here it is the reason for the suffering and the weeping. Who lives on experience does not arrive at the reason or to the conclusions of things. Spiritism, philosophy, a thing which nobody can have faith in. He who sails on experience does not know whether he is right or not. Spiritism and a boat adrift are the same thing, because both ignore and keep in mystery their origins, and maintain the mysteries of everything. Therefore, Spiritism is a call to alert everyone that there exist inhabitants of this immense vacuum and other whereabouts, beyond and much beyond this vacuum. That is why Spiritism is in the singular, the reason why it never went any further than that. Then us, from the superior astral, came here to guide you all, to enlighten you all on these mysteries, to disenchant you all, to prove the why of all these confusions, and to verify the why of everything and for everything. Therefore, the rational learnings is given by us, inhabitants of the superior astral, are real learnings of the why of this life, the why of this world, the before being of everything that composes this world, and the why all are unknown of their origin, of the why of life, of everything and of everyone. This is only possible on the rational learnings, on what is rational, in purity, and on the truth of truths, and not the way you live there, at the mercy of Spiritism that, for being something in experience, gathers all the false truths. The one who lives on experience does not have the truth, but has a particle of the truth. This particle of the truth is what animates everyone in these Spiritism experiences, and throws everyone in doubt with the false faith, because the faith is from the false conductor. If faith would not be from the false conductor, no one would be betrayed by it. If faith would be of worth and would soothe, all would conquer with the power of faith, and no one would suffer. There would be no suffering, because all, with faith, would soothe everything of good, of goodness, or of evil, because faith is an enigma from disenchantment. So you live maintaining the suffering and the weeping. For if were of any worth, no one would suffer. Everyone uses faith and its power for every formality, for every effect and every solution. If faith were of worth, there would be no misery of all sizes, of all karats, nor suffering. But because it is of no worth, that is why all suffer. The rich one suffers, the remediate ones, suffers. The one who has and the one who has not suffers. If it solved, none of this would exist. And for not solving, that is why all of this exists. Therefore, the learnings given by the rational superior are rational learnings, are much different from this hollowness, where everything is hollow. It only exists in words, but in reality, nothing. Many fertile learnings will come with the course of the rational elaboration given by the rational superior. And so, everyone, each one in their category, the inhabitants of the earth, the inhabitants of the outer space, which is this immense vacuum, the inhabitants of the other whereabouts, and the inhabitants of the superior astral, all will get there. But let's go slowly, learning all the lessons from the correlationists of the rational elaboration. The doubts belong to the one who knows nothing, and with the lapsing of these records, all doubts will disappear, because what is rational is complete, and what is science is from the enchantment and incomplete. You are used to the science of the enchantment, and the science of the enchantment is full of doubts. You need to note well that what is rational has no doubts, mysteries, enigmas, or enchantment. It enshrouds everything with the truth. Therefore, what is rational is above everything and everyone. And the science of the enchantment and of the enchanted ones is below everyone and everything, because they are creations of the philosophers who remain philosophizing. Open quotes. To be or not to be. Close quotes. Philosophy is made by the enchanted ones that do not know what they are doing. And he who does not know what he is doing leaves everyone with doubts. For that reason, all live doubting everything, everyone, and themselves. Because of living under this scientific philosophy created, invented, and forged by the inhabitants of the earth. Enigmatic beings, matter without a solution that leaves everyone with doubts, as till today you live there, doubting everything, without any solution, and saying, in the world everything is an illusion and nothing else.